Police in Sri Lanka are still frantically searching for at least 2 attackers. But could they be among these men, seen in a video released today through ISIS propaganda channels? All 8 pledging allegiance to the terror group's leader and presented as the perpetrators of the Easter Sunday massacre, a claim that's so far unverified.
For ISIS, it's about propaganda. So it's not necessarily about telling the truth. It's about trying to control the narrative.
By now, Sri Lankans have seen video of that suspect carrying a backpack loaded with explosives. And today, foreign diplomats were shown even more surveillance pictures of the apparent attackers, the government linking them to 2 little-known groups.
It could be a local group that was enlisted or cooperated with or was co-opted by ISIS to jointly carry out the attack. I mean, this is a long-standing pattern.
Security experts say it could only be done with help from an international terror group. And al-Qaeda reportedly said churches were off limits to attacks, so that points to one main possibility.
ISIS is definitely high on the list. They've claimed responsibility, but there's still more that needs to be understood about what exactly transpired behind the scenes.
Sri Lankan authorities say they believe the attack was meant as retaliation for the New Zealand mosque shootings. They haven't backed up their claim, but indeed, ISIS did call on supporters to carry out revenge. Sri Lanka's Prime Minister acknowledged today ISIS involvement is suspected.
We'll be following up on this claim. There was suspicion that there were links with the ISIS.
Notice, as ISIS presented the supposed attackers, the men kept their faces hidden, all but the one in the middle, the apparent ringleader. It could be their way of protecting the suspects who are still on the loose. The manhunt continues. Thomas Daglu, CBC News, London.
Heartbreaking descriptions of Sunday's attack are still emerging. Sudesh Kalani dropped his wife and daughter off at the church, and when he came back, it was full, so he waited outside. Then the bomb went off. Kalani is tonight's witness.
I heard about a huge noise. Then I jumped into the church, and I saw that my daughter and my wife was on the floor. I don't know what to do. And I just saw my daughter on the floor. And I tried to lift her up. It's already exactly the same. Next, my wife is there. That's the end of the story. My daughter and wife.
There was advance warning of this attack from police to other government agencies days ago, and again just 2 hours before the 6 bombs exploded. Sri Lankans were told specifically that churches were targets. It is unclear what, if any, action was taken, and today, Sri Lanka's president, who's also in charge of defense and security matters, held his subordinates responsible for failing to inform him of the warning. He vowed to fire those officials and completely restructure the security and police forces. The president also gave the military broad police powers. Most social media in Sri Lanka remains blocked, and a country-wide nighttime curfew continues.